Good afternoon, CFM. This is Coach Matt. On Tuesday of our testing week, we're going to do some pressing benchmarks today. So let's begin with our warm-up, 3 rounds through. Your choice, row or run 200 meters. If you want to bike for a minute, that's fine too. Weather's been crazy this winter time, so who knows? Maybe it's like 40 degrees and you feel like going for a jog. Either way, get about a minute of that cardio in and then come back inside. We're going to do 5 reps of an air thruster, so that's full depth squat, and then all the way up and extend the arms overhead. Try to snap the top of that squat. So as I'm coming up, I'm not just standing up slowly, I'm finishing with a little pop and then extending my arms as soon as my hips complete their extension, right? Next, I'm gonna grab a barbell. If you wanna do the first round with a PVC pipe, that's fine, but don't be afraid of that bar. And we're gonna do this little barbell complex. So it starts off with muscle cleans. So 4 muscle clean. Again, we did this yesterday. Single hip extension. Then we're gonna do 4 power cleans. Pull and catch. Pull and catch. Notice that my feet move. I'm pulling myself underneath the bar. Then we're going to do same concept, single hip extension for push press, right? Not moving my feet, not pushing myself underneath the bar. Then to push jerk. My feet are moving. And I am pushing myself under the bar, all right? So 2 different levels of efficiency for that hip to shoulder movement and 2 different levels of efficiency for that shoulders to overhead movement. 4 reps each, total of 16. Heart rate should be up when we finish that. And we're getting it for 3 rounds through. If you would like to increase your weight slightly as you go through it, feel free to take some reps away. So if I go from 45 to 65 pounds, maybe I only do 3 reps on that second warm-up set. That's totally fine. I'll leave it up to you guys. When we're done with that, I would like for you to do a jerk movement and a bench press movement, okay? So the jerk, again, we've been practicing this. This is the finish test of our 18-week cycle of the jerk. And just like we did in the beginning, like 18 weeks ago, we did a test max on our jerk. And now we're going to do an 18-week progression on the jerk, right? So this is hopefully, if you've been practicing it and you've been training it regularly, you should see some pretty solid strength gains in your jerk. So taking it from the rack, and I would definitely recommend if you're up there and you're testing it out, you're in that like high 90% range, that you have a pair of spotters standing on either side of you that can help you lower it to your shoulders. Lowering a max effort jerk to your shoulders is dicey, right? It's not impossible, but it is one of those things that I would like to focus on the lifting of the weight and not be worried about the lowering of the weight to my shoulders, right? And I do worry about it because like when my jerk is like 265 or 255, I don't want that to hit my shoulders in the wrong spot by an inch, right? Because I was not in perfect alignment with the bar, okay? All right, so shoulder width grip on the bar. I'm picking it up with my shoulders, taking a big step back, and now it's either push jerk or split jerk. So push jerk is my dip drive, feet stay in line, spread out to about that squat width stance, reset the feet before I bring the bar down. The split jerk, my feet split out from underneath me. I slide the front foot first, then the back foot to match, and the bar stays in that same vertical plane the whole time, right? That is my jerk. When I'm done with that, we can reset for bench press, right? This we'll consider your in test or your preliminary test for the next 18-week cycle. So we're switching from jerks to bench presses, and I don't expect you, or you should keep your expectations in check when we do this test, that we have not done a lot of barbell bench pressing during this cycle. A lot of people are surprised when they don't do barbell bench pressing for 18 weeks and they're still like really close or actually exceeding their old PRs. Well, we've been doing a ton of pressing work, and all of that contributes to your pressing strength in the chest and the shoulders, right? So but also you have not been specifically doing it. So sometimes it depends on where you're at in your athletic journey, right? In order to determine if it's a PR or not. But whatever it is, I just want a max effort. So make sure you got a spotter here. This is one you can get trapped underneath. So make sure you're using spotters. And that is our second testing element for this week. The other thing on the bench press is make sure that it contacts your body before you press it back up, okay? So I see a lot of people, the heavier it gets, the bigger that gap gets between their chest and the bar at the bottom, right? And that's not a consistent standard, and you really don't know what your true strength is if you change the depth of that pressing movement every time the weight changes, right? So make sure you're consistent on your range of motion by contacting your chest at the bottom of the bench press, and then as always, use spotters on the bench press. That's it for today, all pressing movements. I'll see you guys tomorrow for some pulling stuff.